Welcome to this training on how to change the registration options for your event. For this training, we'll be using the Relay for Life website, but keep in mind this process works the same for multiple events. When a person registers for your event, they're given different options of how they'd like to pay or how they'd like to register, which you'll see here. These are called participation types. In this training, we'll learn how to edit these participation types. The first thing you'll need to do is log in as an event manager. You'll do this by clicking Event Manager under the Welcome screen. This takes us to the Event Management Center. In the Event Management Center, we'll need to be in the section Event Center, and then we'll click on Edit Participation Types. When we get to Edit Participation Types, we'll see a list of several participation types that already exist. These participation types are the ones that you want to use. It's usually not advised to add any participation types. It's also not advised to delete any of these participation types. We'll talk through how to get rid of participation types from appearing on your screen in a little bit. In this area where we have the order and we have different numbers, by putting 0 in the order, it does not get rid of that participation type. It only makes that first to appear on the list of participation types. If we would like to remove, add, or change the information for any of these participation types, we'll click the Edit button next to that type. The first step in editing this participation type is where we will name this participation type. We can name the participation type whatever will identify this type of registration. In the description field, you'll want to list the amount that the registration costs. You'll also want to put any dates if it's an early bird registration or particular information that defines this participation type. As we scroll down, you'll see where you can enter the registration fee and the tax-deductible amount. Just as a reminder, if this is a credit card donation, make sure to put in the registration fee and the tax-deductible amount. But if this is a cash or check registration type, you'll want to leave these blanks. Questions number 3 and 5 force you to use a credit card if any information is put in those fields. After we're done editing this area, we'll click Next. In the next area, you'll see where you can make this participation type active or inactive. So if you are trying to add a participation type, you'll make sure to come to this section and click Active. And if you would like to remove a participation type, you'll come to this section and click Inactive. You can also add an email address to the notification list. This is helpful for survivor registration. You may want to put your survivor chair's email address here. That way they'll get an email every time someone registers with that participation type. After we've made any edits, we'll make sure and click Next to save those changes. There's nothing we can do for the next couple of fields, so we'll just click Next until we get to the last option. The last option is Include Questions. If you would like to include a question that's particular to this type of registration, you can always do so by clicking Add a Question, and then you'll go through that process. After you're done making all of those edits, click Save, wait for your screen to refresh, and then you'll click Finish. This will take you back to the list of all of the participation types. I like to open another tab and go through the registration process so that I can see all of my participation types that exist, and then I'll know what order I would like them to appear and which ones I would want to add or remove. You'll also see on community websites a National Corporate Team Partner registration type. You'll notice that that participation type does not appear on this list. That is a mandatory participation type, and we can't remove that one. But any of the others are available to edit. So if you have a participation type that's unique to your event, you can scroll down in this list and you can find extra participation types. And these extra participation types You can use these rather than creating a participation type yourself. After you've made any edits and changed the order, and you've gotten your registration and your participation types as you would like them to be, go ahead and click Finish. And that'll take you back to your Event Management Center.